All right, the moment we've been waiting for all morning long, right? We're giving big thanks this Thanksgiving morning for America's Kitchen. They have been teaching people to cook for 25 years, and they have a new anniversary cookbook out to celebrate that milestone. Yep, their Chief Content Officer, Dan Souza, and Associate Editor Erica Turner, both here to share tips for the stress-free and delicious Thanksgiving dinner. Welcome, good morning.
Thank you.
Having you back here. All right, so
I know.
So we're going to talk turkey first, right? You have the easier roast turkey. What makes it easier?
So after 25 years at America's Test Kitchen, we've tested a lot of turkey recipes, and we came up with one that is a lot easier. So I have a roasting pan here.
Okay.
I have our turkey. It's sitting right on the bottom, and I just put it on top of a baking stone. So this is what you would use to make pizza. It traps a lot of heat and it pumps that into the dark meat. So the dark meat cooks at about the same rate as the breast meat. So it solves a ton of problems, and there's no mess, no fuss to it. The next tip is to make a foil shield for the breast. So we've all had dried out white meat.
Yep.
This is gonna solve that. So you pop this guy on here, goes into the oven. This reflects some of the heat.
Only in that section?
Only that section.
Oh,
That's the part that overcooks. So you put it on top there. You're getting big heat from the bottom, less heat on top, and the whole thing cooks at the exact same rate, and it finishes where everything is nice and juicy.
And with that foil shield, do you take it off at any point during the cooking? Okay, what time do you take it off?
So it's on for about 30 minutes, and that protects it in the beginning. You take it off, and then it browns beautifully. So this is, and I have a beautifully brown one over here. It really is absolutely gorgeous at the time it's done. But we've really figured out the math and the science on this one.
Yeah.
So a lot of people use the thermometers, but you actually say just ignore the thermometer.
No, my God, no, I love thermometers. Are you kidding me? I have 2 thermometers right here. So no, thermometer is the way to go. This is how to set your turkey up, but then when it comes time to temping, there's a few tips that we want to work with here. If it has a pop-up timer in it, ignore the pop-up timer.
That's it, the pop-up timer.
Yeah, yes, that's the one that I don't like.
That's the one.
Those are set to go up at 178 degrees, which is way too hot for breast. So what you want is a fast digital instant read thermometer, and you want to go into the thickest part of the breast. That's where you want to check for it there, and then also into the thigh. And you're going to go in there. So you're looking for 155 to 160 here and about 170 to 175 here. That's how you know it's done.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's critical. All right.
So that's critical.
What about the carving now? You got a special technique for the carving?
Yes.
Fresh herbs.
So fresh herbs, this is, I think, a really nice way to just add such a festive flair to it. So you take the breast off. You have beautiful leafy herbs on your cutting board. I have sage, parsley, thyme, just really wonderful Thanksgiving flavors. And then you actually slice the turkey right on it. You end up cutting up the herbs, the juices from the turkey flow into it, and you basically make this gorgeous like dressing right on your board. So when you platter it up.
How'd you even figure this out? This is so smart.
I don't know, we do a lot of testing in America's Test Kitchen. So we play with recipes a lot.
He wants you to try.
So you can see as you bring it over, the herbs come with it. They get the juice on there if you want to try.
I am happy to test that.
Yeah. That's good turkey, right?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
I'm seeing cheesecloths everywhere on social media. Is that really a thing?
It is.
Okay.
So we actually tested this as well. So you see cheesecloth being draped over the bird, and what that does is it traps moisture. It slows down the breast, similar to what the shield does over here, but we have kind of a plus up from that. So we have some cheesecloth here that we soaked in water. And you can see that we used a little bit of bacon on the top of this.
I was like, when do we get to the bacon?
Just a tiny bit of bacon. So this is an approach that we really found works awesome. So you drape this over the top, and it's going to slow down the cooking. It's going to allow all of that pork to render and crisp and add so much flavor to the turkey.
So smart. Okay, so let's move over to the gravy. Erica, you've got that.
I do.
These are the hacks to make it perfect. What do you do?
Yeah, so when I'm making gravy, I love to use the turkey drippings in my gravy. Just adds so much flavor, but I do have a secret ingredient, and that is soy sauce. It's a great way to add savory umami depth, and it adds a little extra hint of color.
Okay.
So, but if you do have a lumpy gravy, there's no need to sweat that. I just like to take it and strain it right on through a fine mesh strainer. And then can we hold that back?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I've done a lumpy gravy, right?
No,
It happens to all of us at some point in time.
Yes.
And then just strain it right on through, easy peasy. And now you have a nice and silky smooth gravy.
Okay.
So easy.
Let's talk about gravy boats for
Yes.
a minute, right? There's always a popular
It's
gravy
been on
boat.
his mind all morning.
Exactly.
Wait,
What about the gravy boat? Let's get to the gravy boat. But apparently the gravy can get cold, so
Yes.
you have an alternative for that.
I do. So gravy boats are really stunning, so pretty. But what happens when you want seconds or thirds?
Right.
You still want hot
As we
gravy.
usually do with gravy.
Of course. So all you need to do is just take that gravy, pour it right into an insulated carafe or an insulated mug,
So easy,
thermos,
so smart.
easy peasy. Now, whenever anybody wants more gravy, you know it's going to be hot and fresh and delicious. And if you happen to have a gravy that's too thin, we have a beurre Marnier. It's French for kneaded butter. It's just a combination of flour and butter. As you add a dollop right in, it's going to melt in there, and then you'll have a beautifully thickened but also buttery, delicious gravy.
We fielded so many questions about turkey and gravy at America's Test Kitchen over
many.
25 years, and so we found that one of the biggest things is it's lumpy, and the other is it's too thin, and so those are solves for both of those. And that soy sauce, Erica, that is such a good tip.
I love
You got
that.
all the winning tips. We're going to have much more coming up. And of course, you can shop for the tools that Dan and Erica are using and get a year's subscription to the America's Test Kitchen app for half off on GoodMorningAmerica.com.
So even if you're already in meal mode, we've got great ideas to level up that holiday dinner. And right now, it is time for what so many people consider the best part of the meal, the sides.
Oh my! I'm absolutely there with you. They're so fabulous.
So good. So we're going to start with Brussels sprouts. Now, I thought you just always had to cook the Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
You're saying there's a different way to prepare them.
Yes, and so we're going to look at some really cool ways to change up your sides a little bit in a way that is still traditional, wonderful, but a little bit fresher. So we've got some sliced Brussels sprouts here. They make a wonderful salad, but they can be a little tough if you don't soften them a little bit. So what we're going to do is soften them with a beautiful vinaigrette. So I have some plumped apricots and some shallots.
Oh, wow.
This is basically the base of a vinaigrette. So we're going to do this into some toasted pistachios, which are
Beautiful.
cooking in a little bit of oil here.
Oh, that
On
must
the
add the
stove.
sweetness,
On
too.
the stove. So this is a warm mustard vinaigrette, and that's really key because when we have a warm vinaigrette and we put it on greens, like with these Brussels, it's going to wilt them just a little bit.
Oh, that's brilliant.
You would never want to do this on like a leafy green salad, right? You'd destroy it.
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
actually really good for these guys. So we just toss this up here. Now, do you want to help me finish this?
Sure.
Okay, so we've got some ricotta salata here, which is a really nice cheese.
Okay.
We're going to put some of that on top, and then some watercress. That's going to add a peppery, fresh bite to it.
Oh, beautiful. Look
This
at that.
this is gorgeous. This shows up on the table, and everyone is so welcome because the rest of the meal is kind of soft. This is crunchy and really, really delicious.
It looks
Man,
so
you're
good.
good.
And you don't
Yeah.
cook the Brussels sprouts so the house doesn't smell like Brussels sprouts.
Exactly. Yes, that is
I asked
accurate.
my
Did I go too
5.5-year-old
crazy?
what she
No, that's
wanted
perfect.
for Thanksgiving. She said macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
And you have like an easy macaroni and cheese here. 20 minutes?
20 minutes, one pot, creamy mac and cheese. We already have it right here. And the secret ingredient is actually good old-fashioned American cheese. It makes it so creamy and delicious. We balance that with some extra sharp cheddar. And we have a delicious panko topping. It's super simple. I have the pankos in the pan with some butter.
Okay.
And then just add in the Parmesan cheese.
Yum.
Stir it all together and just season it up with a little salt, a little pepper in there too. And then
Oh, yeah, you got to
Yes.
plate.
in there.
just
Get
take
yourself
some of
a
that
plate, Gio.
delicious panko topping and just sprinkle it right on
Nice.
top. So you get like all the deliciousness from a baked mac and cheese, but in 20 minutes.
We love that.
And
I can confirm it's delicious.
You don't
I've been
even need
eating
your
those.
oven, which I think is like the most
Exactly.
amazing.
Yes.
No
So good.
oven needed. So easy peasy.
All right.
All right, so now
Dan, we're going to level up the mashed potatoes,
mashed potatoes.
right?
Now I know it's a sacred dish on
Critical,
the table.
yes.
You don't want to mess with it in a bad way. So we're still using the same ingredients, butter and milk, but we're doing something different to the butter. We're actually browning it. Now, I don't know if you can smell this nuttiness.
great.
It smells
Yes.
incredible. So you just cook butter over medium-low heat until you start to see the beautiful flecks of brown in there. We've already got some of that in the potatoes, and we're gonna finish it. This is gonna smell and sound amazing. You drizzle it over the top. You could even drizzle it like
Come
this
here, you.
at the table, and people go ooh and ah and absolutely love it. So
Yes,
it's,
chef.
it's classic mashed potatoes,
So
but with a
good.
really beautiful twist to it.
Okay, so I've already been trying the butternut squash here.
Yeah.
It is so good. What do you do to this butternut squash?
So we take butternut squash. We also have that brown butter, but we have some crunchy roasted hazelnuts. Gonna finish that off with a little bit of lemon juice. Ooh, that sizzles. A bit of salt.
Now we're
Some
cooking.
water. You just stir that all together. And then I'm just going to spoon it right on over. Take it from right here from here.
Get that beautiful stuff on top.
Oh, look at that. No syrupy, overly done butternut squash. You have something really elegant to elevate the table.
Phenomenal.
And it's really delicious, and it's perfectly good that crunch.
Incredible. It's so rich.
That texture is nice too, right? It's not just soft.
I have to give Rebecca her plate. She's over here like watching, starving. Here we go. Yeah, sorry for the late service.
It was very difficult for me.
Yeah.
You guys, so amazing. This is fantastic. And so again, we can still find all of these recipes on the website and on the app and all the things.
Exactly.
Yes.
Plus so much more. We've really rethought so many Thanksgiving dishes, and we have all the classics. Yeah, anything that you need last minute.
And you know we wouldn't leave you hanging without dessert. Erica Turner and Dan Souza from American Test Kitchen have been on Thanksgiving Gurus all morning long, and they are back with our sweet treats. And you have this new spin on an apple pie.
Yeah, so this is a salted caramel apple pie.
Oh,
It's like a caramel apple in pie form. It's custardy, it's creamy, it's delicious, and it has this beautiful fresh apple rosette.
Thank you, Gio.
Thank you,
Just
Gio.
making sure I get to eat all segment. Thank you.
What's great is you just take the apples and you roll them up into these rosette shapes.
And I like this because I think it's something kids could get involved in, and they don't have to be perfect.
They don't
just
have to be perfect.
fun.
Exactly. And the apples are going to get on there, and it's going to be delicious either way.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so you just roll up the rosettes, and then we'll garnish a few more on there, and then why don't you give a bite and let me know what you think?
Yes, please.
I'd love to know.
Okay, let's go. Wow.
Yeah?
So good.
Oh, good.
I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
The salted caramel part too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yum.
So every piece of pie needs some whipped cream to go with it.
Yes.
Right? 'Cause you
Yeah.
take it to the next level.
Absolutely.
You've got some easy ways to add some flavor. What are we talking about
I
here?
do. So there's so many ways that you can jazz it up. You can add some cinnamon, you can add some pumpkin spice, amaretto, sour cream, but today I'm going to use a little bit of orange zest.
Okay.
Just add that right in. It's going to add fragrance, aroma, and also a touch of flavor. I'm just going to fold that right in. Ooh.
I love that. If you haven't made your whipped cream yet, it's Thanksgiving Day.
Little orange zest.
Yeah.
Game
And
changer.
you're
more
folding this in
special.
after you've made the whipped cream, so not while you're blending it up.
Right, you got it. That's
Okay.
absolutely
So
right.
this is ready to eat right now.
It's ready to eat right
What
now.
do you load me up? This
I
is-
sure will. You gotta let me know what you think.
Thank you.
You knew that was coming.
Yes, please.
All right. Let me know what you
Awesome.
think. I'm gonna
Okay, so
hand
what
it
about
over.
the cranberries here? Because sometimes we have those leftover cranberries, but you
Yeah.
have like a festive way to use them.
So I have, I think, what is going to be the ultimate showstopper dessert for any holiday table, and it's probably something you've never had for the holidays. We're going to start with cranberries. So I took some cranberries, cooked them in a little bit of sugar syrup, and so it makes them a little bit sweeter, but they have a nice sticky coating. Then I drop them into some granulated sugar here. And
Are
then
you
just,
sure there's enough sugar in that bowl?
look, you can have the leftovers.
Just
I
making
promise.
sure, okay.
Yeah, so we do this, and then as you can see, you get these absolutely gorgeous, they look like little jewels.
yeah.
Beautiful. So beautiful, and they are a key part of this gorgeous pavlova. So I'm gonna steal Erica's.
Go ahead.
We planned this out, so
Yes.
now I'm gonna
Go for it,
steal her whipped cream.
I didn't mean to intervene.
So this is a meringue crust on the bottom here. It's crunchy and chewy and really wonderful. So you mound the whipped cream on top. Then we've got this mixture of oranges and cranberries. These are seasonal fruits, right? This is the stuff that is beautiful right now. And we just lay this on top.
That's
And
great.
Wow, how
The
beautiful.
tartness balances the sweetness too of the pavlova.
It's got a little bit of mint in there as well, so that is just gorgeous. And then we take our beautiful sugared cranberries, and these are the little garnishes.
Ooh, a little razzle dazzle on top.
So this can be made almost entirely ahead, really, really easy, and no one's seen this on their holiday table before. They're going to be so wowed by it.
Yeah.
And you've got something at the very end over there near Gio. You don't even have to bake. It's a
real
no-bake
excited about
dessert.
this.
We're getting easier and easier as we go, so you don't even have to bake. So this is a 6-ingredient no-bake fudgy bar. We've got the 6 ingredients here, so you can see it's butter, it's evaporated sweetened condensed milk, some vanilla, chocolate chips, and Oreos. And you put it in, you cool it, and you guys are already eating it, so
Yeah,
I don't
we're
have to
going.
sell you on this.
This is not fair, you guys. It's
But
so good.
then you simply cut it up into beautiful little squares. And you have these gorgeous little bites. This is such a wonderful thing. All the sweets are wonderful, but a little chocolate at the end just finishes the meal. All of these recipes are, super tested. They're going to work for you the first time out. And I mean, you guys are all speechless. I can just keep going.
And I just take this home with
And
me.
you guys are excellent. I'm feeling a little guilty that I had my first Thanksgiving meal here with you, but it was excellent across the board. Thank you so much, Erica and Dan. America's Test Kitchen.
If you need volunteers for the test kitchen, by the way, I'm in.
Hands up.
Come on in,
Test
guys.
me out.
And you can go to goodmorningamerica.com for some of these recipes and to shop for the tools Dan and Erica have been using all morning long. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Thank you so much.
You guys are amazing.